So it goes green and we're off. The sprint to the line for the first time, and it's that power, that punch of Lars van der Haar who wins the sprint for the first corner. And the Alpecin riders have had a good start, haven't they? Two of them up in the top 4 or 5. See that Thibaut Nys has moved up as well. Nothing to separate most of the riders for the minute, but look at Isabit already using that explosive power. And Bosk follows. There's Suter. Now you have Thijs Aerts. Thibaut Nys has made a good start on the wheel of Suter there. Van Toerenhout is just behind him, with a big group coming up together. We've already seen little gaps. 7:10 for lap 1. They've taken a flyer, led by Eli Iserbyt, the winner here last year and the reigning World Cup champion, with the next generation showing off a bit of a gap that's opened up over the first half of this second lap, and he continues to pile the pressure down. You're talking just a handful of seconds to Van den Bosch, Van der Haar, Nys, Van Toerenhout and Suter. And then the next group coming across, led by Van der Putte. There we go. Just under 7 minutes. And it's a gap already, almost 10 seconds. 9 seconds, in fact, exactly, to Van der Haar, Van den Bosch, Nys and Van Toerenhout, with Suter, Sweeck and the rest coming up behind. And confirmation that this will be a 9-lap race today. A flying start making it so. 9 laps in the opening round of the World Cup. Now we're seeing the riders start to come into the shot just as Iserbyt goes out of it. Before we were having to pan back to a place further down the course, weren't we? It was 9 seconds at the end of lap 2. It was, where are we? 18 seconds at the end of lap 3. Now we've gone down to about 13. The Sweeck really is putting his foot down, and it is game on, it's race on in Waterloo, Wisconsin. He's never won a senior World Cup race. He's been there, he's won it in the under-23s, and suddenly he finds himself in the same straight as Iserbyt, and it's going to be a handful of seconds. What a lap it is there from Laurens Sweeck. He's brought back 12 seconds himself, over half of the lead over the course of lap 4. He's halfway through almost now. He's heading up to that point. It's 18 seconds to Van Toerenhout. It is 20 to Van der Haar and Thibaut Nys. Laurens Sweeck could be about to spring a surprise. Let's see how Iserbyt reacts here. First look in terms of what it looks like to the naked eye. I think that Iserbyt has stepped on it again a little here, but we'll see. We'll get those times. Certainly Sweeck now at 10 seconds. So yeah, 3 seconds swing back to Iserbyt in the first half of this lap 5 of 9. Sweeck into that corner. Oh, well, he held it out. Of course, we didn't get to see the end of that. I feared he'd gone down there. We'll see the start-finish again. Remember, it was 7 seconds. It was 10 seconds. And with that little mistake from Sweeck, it is going to be increased again this time. But what is it going to be? Time to time the gap. So 2-lap victories there for Iserbyt. It's 15, 16 seconds there, so 6 seconds going the way of Iserbyt. Sweeck still at 16, and here comes the next group led by Van der Haar, running up Trek Hill on a trek. Pretty happy with this performance from the youngster. Chance to aim for the podium at 54 seconds to that group. To that attack brought back, the bell rings in the meantime at the start-finish line, because almost 55 minutes in, Eli Iserbyt has 3 kilometers to ride. He's in the lead by a comfortable margin now, and he's just got to hold on to it. Here comes the closest challenger. Remember, he got it to within 7 seconds at one stage, but it's drifted and continued to drift. It's a 25-second gap now to Laurens Sweeck, who has to pray that something happens out here that puts Iserbyt out of the game, because Iserbyt on the course has gone away, ridden away, and is on his way to winning yet again in Waterloo, Wisconsin. The bell rings for this group as well, 1.5 minutes down. And here is Iserbyt now, ready to ride away to victory. See the pits for the final time, no need to go in them. Time to bunny hop away, time to ride home. Here he goes, final turn. It's been dominant stuff. He's come here to America. He's done it again. Starting the new season like he finished the last. In the lead of the World Cup. 3. Yes, he's done it once more. Brilliant ride. Formerly a teammate of the man who's taken victory. Freed from having to follow the orders. We expect him to be a feature and a factor as we continue this 14-round World Cup season. It's half a minute from Iserbyt to his former teammate, and here we go. The racing's on, and look at this, Lars van der Haar. Here we go. Nes is going to try and hang in there just in case, but it is all now about Lars van der Haar. Nes showing off to the crowd behind. He accepts that it'll be a 5th place for him, and does so with a flamboyant jump over the top. There's Ventura now. He has been worked over. There will be a Trek rider on the podium. Brilliant stuff from them as Van der Haar takes 3rd. 4th to Ventura now. And look at this. Showboating stuff from the big name. Only 19, but he's here to mix it with the best. Thibaut Nes in 5th. A superb performance in the elites for him. His teammate Ron Haar in 6th place. The lights are red, they turn green, and we're off for the first time in the UCI Cyclo-Cross World Cup 2022-2023. Through the centre, it's the riders from 777 and, of course, Paul Sources. But look at Celine del Carmen Alvarado starting like a house on fire. She wins the sprint for the first corner, Jeremy.
Yeah, and right now you're going to see this race very, very fast. Without the mud rob, this course rides really quick, and I expect that we'll see a bit of a group here in the first couple of rounds on this, and look for mistakes because this course has a lot of really undulating and super steep off-camber sections.
Who hasn't had a good start is the reigning World Cup champion.
You know, it is that kind of course where you can lose a lot of time, and this is so steep. Imagine like a brick wall. I mean, we've seen Thibaut Nes over on Instagram riding up this in previous years, but I don't know how. It is extremely treacherous, steep, huge potholes, and the riders after this, Rob, it's section after section. This is very treacherous section.
If you can see feet already out there keeping balance.
This really doesn't do it justice. It is extremely steep and treacherous, and a crash here would take you definitely like out of contention, or it would put you 30 seconds back because of all the discombobulation you'd have from crashing on such a steep off-camber.
No time for her to stop for a pint, I'm afraid, on the way through here. There's a good 10 seconds back from the leaders to Ellen Clausel, a little further back to Brond, and we're seeing now pedal strokes work hard to open up gaps. Del Carmen Alvarado is there alongside Betsema, and then there's another group. So we've got 3 or 4 groups now, and we're still on this first lap, 6.25 minutes in. Just under 3 kilometres, as is habitual, the lap, we get to that first lap, and it is bang on an 8-minute lap. But the good effort there from Alvarado to get across, and it means that we have a group of 5 at the front, followed by Clausel, Bakker, Holmgren, who's riding really well there in the navy blue. Then comes Brond at 11 seconds, Honsiger at 15, and that's the top 10.
Really will be, and I think also there's a lot to be said here. No one, I think Van Empel is maybe feeling like she's not at gone 100%. You can see her looking around, and that's when Alvarado sees that.
Alvarado making a move, and she jumped up onto her wheel in 2nd place now. And here comes Alvarado. Look at Alvarado go. It's a real acceleration here, making a move, and a serious one.
Look at this, head down. You can see she's going to fly over this, and she wants to come into that run up first. They're going to have to go kind of down along the side, so they're going to make a U-turn here. Then they're going to go down, and you see Van Empel now wants to be on the front. So coming into that parking lot, coming into that section.
Welcome back to you, television viewers. And Celine del Carmen Alvarado is attacking with brute force. She's using her skill and her quality to weave the bike in and out of the woods here, and she is riding away with a gap for the first time in the race. She's being followed well by Fem van Empel, the women of the start of the season. 3rd wheel is Lucinda Brond, the reigning World Cup champion, and then you go back to Annemarie Wurst, Denise Betsema, and there's a further gap to Van der Heijden, but this lap has all been about Alvarado, Jeremy.
Yeah, watch now, though, because as Brond comes across, you can see the experience there. She let Van Empel kind of do what she had to do, but right now, Alvarado doing everything that she can. Watch how fast she's just dicing this bike up. That is, whew, she's doing everything she can. She righted that ship, though. She got her weight on the back wheel there to make sure that she didn't slide out. That's what that experience does. And now look at this.
Look at Brond, that mistake capitalised on. You talked about it right at the start of the day, Jeremy, that it would be the mistakes that would decide this. Alvarado looking strong, but making that first mistake, albeit not a disastrous one, as you were saying. She styled it out with that weight transfer. But look at Lucinda Brond, putting even now Fem van Empel, who hasn't had worse than a second so far at the start of this season, into danger. It's the top three who are fighting it out as we come towards the end now of lap 4. 2 laps to go, nothing between the 3 and the 2, but it's these 5 surely who are going to fight it out for the win now.
Watch Fem Van Empel there, because I think she's been just taking notes. I do still think that she's the strongest, got the biggest motor in this front group, but does she have the experience? And that's the question. Everyone's racing to this section where Alvarado laid down that brutal attack, and it's the combination of all of these different obstacles, one after the other.
Time to go. Lift off for the final round. And here she goes, exactly the same place that Alvarado made a move on the last lap. It is Lucinda Brand who goes over the top there, getting on that gear, flying up this hill, dropping down it. That's a great recovery by Van der Eyden, by the way, who's almost in on the back here as they come by. They were looking around at each other that much that here she comes. And Lucinda Brand is going full gas.
All through these trees here, just decorated by kind of everything that they can do. These little roots, they're just kind of going as hard as they can to try to get to the front of this. Betsema really suffering now to be able to get there, but it is Braun that's putting everything together, and she's got to continue to keep the pace up. Look at this. This tells you a little bit about where they're all at. You see there, Alvarado goes through that technical section with no problems, but you saw Braun on the front there just with a small hesitation as she went through, so you can tell that she's absolutely on her limit right now. Look at this.
They're looking as the fight happens, and Fem Van Empel gets in front, but she might lose it again. Had to brake hard there, and Lucinda Brand winning the long game. It was seesawing the lead. What a fight we're seeing on the opening round.
Van Empel's in her rear cluster again. She's really in there, and they're fighting right now for position to this next off-camber section all through this, but look at Fem Van Empel now trying to punch it over the top.
Now here comes Alvarado behind. Van Empel does manage to get that position. Just a matter of a few minutes racing remaining, and these are the 3 who are heading for the podium as it stands. Fem Van Empel in the dark jersey. Behind you've got the European champion in the white jersey, Brand. Then in the blue it's Alvarado, the former world champion.
Watch the off-camber now. Watch as they come in. Watch for any errors because they're going in. Now Brand goes back over the top again. This is phenomenal.
And a reminder that the speed is killed right off into the finishing straight, isn't it? There's that left turn, and then it's a sprint from almost nothing. We've already seen the last couple of laps, riders going wide and losing it. I think it was Van Empel who did that the last time around. Now Alvarado, who's not out of this, but she's been on the limit trying to chase around, and we're coming up now towards the final minute or so of racing. 6 laps out of 6. The current situation is this. It's Fem Van Empel who's giving it everything. Lucinda Brand who can't cope. Lucinda Brand is struggling, and Fem Van Empel is going away. Let's see, Brand looks around, there's nothing left in the tank, and that might be that as far as she's concerned. Can she recover here? Up the hill for the final time, Brand trying to get some sort of a recovery, but it is impossible here after giving everything. As you say, Jeremy, everybody is gassed, and Fem Van Empel, star of the season so far, cannot shake the former world champ for now.
Oh my gosh, it's like a boxing match. They're going left and right, punching each other in the face all throughout this entire section. There's up over this, and then it's only a 180 all the way to the finish.
Here we go then, time to kill off the speed into that finish. It's Fem Van Empel who's going to take the position. Can she hold it though? And for the first time in a couple of years, you might see an opportunity for Alvarado, who comes around on the inside now and tries to open the sprint. She's digging deep, she's going for it, but Fem Van Empel has it. A World Cup win in Waterloo, USA for Fem Van Empel. Alvarado coming the closest at this level she has been for a while, and third place goes to Lucinda Brand. It's been a firework display on the opening day. Waterloo, USA, Wisconsin sees the winner come from the Netherlands. Fem Van Empel, after 47 minutes 39 seconds of full gas racing. Welcome back, Cyclo-Cross, to the top level. This has been a real show.